So this is gonna be a quick one because I'm tired. It's late, but at least I don't have to wake up early, so I don't care. Plus, I'm still gonna shower and eat all that stuff, but that doesn't matter. Um, so this is the very last game of the night. Honestly, we played it really, really well. I think we played it really well. When we were defending, we got them to overtime on the second point, and we almost had it. And I was honestly genuinely like, even after we lost this and we couldn't get that last touch, these guys tried to touch. Me and Jen still held it for as long as we could, but it didn't matter. Even after we got lost that last point, I was like, "There's no way they're making it to the end." They only have a minute 30, and they barely got the first point and barely got the second point. There's no way they make it to the end here. Um, Now I'm not gonna go into too much detail. I'm just gonna be really quick. I just need to go over like the big problem, right? Like that's what I'm gonna go over for now until the big problems are gone. Then I could be like, all right, let's look at a whole fight and see, what little things we could have done to help us out. But let's look at I want to get rid of the big problems first. So staggering is a big problem. Let me show you where the stagger is. So every single person right here, right, should notice that, oh, we are not getting there on time. It's just too far, right here. And as soon as that door opens, turn around because I'm dead. Instead then we're dead on tank and a DPS. Like nobody should be going over there. It's just too dangerous. So it goes in. And honestly, it's gonna look like I'm flaming Eliel again, but I'm not. Like he genuinely, he played this whole game super, super fine, and he probably just wasn't aware that this was, not a good space to be in. So I just have to make a note of it. The reason it's a bad space is obviously because if we lost the point, people just died, and we're not set up properly for the fight. Like if the whole team was here, yeah, but the whole team is never, ever, ever going to be here because there's no way everybody dies and just stands here. There's no way. Obviously, somebody's gonna die at last on point. So usually after they get the second point, always just reset. Always just go back to the and set up for the next fight, which is probably gonna be in here somewhere. It doesn't because we're super staggered, so they get to push it for free. But look, this is what ends up happening. It's keep forward at the same time. So even the supports like get out of there. Like Eliel is not gonna, or our tank, just so nobody thinks I'm singling him out. Nobody is going to 1v6 the whole team over there. So what's the point of healing him or healing whoever's there? Go back and reset. Let him die quicker. Honestly, don't heal him because then they'll die quicker and reset faster. Like, but instead, like both healers pull up to get pressured by Hulk. Eliel tries to duke it out. Unfortunate. And the two supports, which should be like running as fast as they could to spawn, or like trying to like 1v1 this store. And even if they're not 1v1ing, they're frontlining, which is also not good. And in fact, what ends up happening is they're running dive. So obviously the team just collapses and there's no chance of escape because they're running dive. And like I know this, like I already know this before, and I was like, when they capture the point, just back the fuck off. So as soon as I see my supports die, I just turn around and leave. Like, what am I gonna do? There's nothing I can do. And in my head, I'm thinking like, fuck, we just lost 10 seconds from him, 10 seconds from her. Oh, him, 10 seconds from Jay, 10 seconds from Alondra. This is not good. And I'm like, fuck, we have to do a reset. There's three main fights that happen in this part of the map. And none of this video is going on longer than it should. There's a fight that happens here, right? Most of the time when the cart is in here, because this is really hard to push. There's a fight that happens usually like right here, right? If they win that first one, maybe right here. And the last one, which is obviously the very last stretch. There should have been three fights that happened. Let's see how many fights happened. Okay, switch to the first one super easy. Because we're staggered. Right? That's where we had the team not been staggered, we would have been fighting in there. And they start because they're good players. Like this team was good. This team was pretty good. Like they knew that, oh, we pushed them far back. Let's start popping our ults here so they never get to touch. Deadpool ult, Hulk, they're just not gonna die. So now we're stuck here. And there's nothing we can do. This fight should have been happening over there. But should I call it here? I mean, I kind of want you guys to see the full problem, what's called consequences of what we did. The second fight should have happened here. It never happened. Right? People are getting picked off because we lost the fight that they used two ults on, obviously. So we didn't even get the first or the second fight. We only got the last one, and I don't know if you guys remember, but we obviously got steamrolled in the last one. But it all started from the start, and I'm not trying to single anybody out. It's late at night, everybody was tired, everybody wanted to get off. A lot of people were salty, and that all plays a factor. But this again, things like that, like they matter, and that matters a lot, right? Because look at what happened. And right, and if once we get like these underlying issues, like these 101 issues ironed out, we could start looking at like a whole fight and be like, okay, this guy should have been here, this guy should have been there, this guy should have been there, and that would be like a lot more fun. And people would actually start getting more kills, and you get that ult that kills like three people, and it feels great, and that stuff will happen more often. I mean, that could have happened in this fight if we had more, more time to. They went for overtime. Like, imagine if we would have held them there or there. We would have won easily. Easily would have won. 20 seconds left. And we're right here. Like, imagine if we had those extra fights. But whatever. You get the idea. Just to summarize, once they capture a point or they make it to a next section, the cart's on auto. It's going to move no matter what, even if you're on it. So you might as well go back to your team. There's no reason to try to do anything crazy before the point is even out of auto. All right. Goodbye. Good night, guys.